let's go on in and see what they got, shall we? Wow. Home of the best chicken fried steak in Texas. Goodson's Café, from the original owner.
That's the original sign that's in the Goodson sign that's kind of faded away.
Yeah.
That's the original sign. And it's just a great little country cafe with huge steaks piled up. It's just great. I'm blessed to work here. Local grown vegetables, fresh cooked, made from scratch.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day with the Highway Maniac channel. So today we're over in Tomball, Texas, and we're in the car because it's only about 50 degrees outside and they're giving a little rain, and we're probably about 30 miles outside the center of Houston, and we're at Goodson's restaurant today. Now, the interesting part about this little place is it's not little, but it was recommended to us by Dan Hill of Hill Country Barbecue. And he's an amazing individual, and anything that he recommends, I'm going to sure to try out. And this was one of his favorite places to have chicken fried steak. Now, everything we've read tells us that this is the greatest chicken fried steak in Texas. So, we're gonna go in and we're gonna try it. So come along and enjoy us today as we try Goodson's Cafe in Tomball, Texas. Inside of Goodson's, kind of just have a look at some of the memorabilia here they have on the wall. Really cool place. They got a cool bull as you come in. This is a fairly good sized place, and Kelly had asked them to set us way down back there in the round table, but it's kind of nice. She was honest about it. They do a lot of big business here, so we didn't set at a bigger table, so we've sat to a booth. It's kind of small. It's small enough for us. I mean, we don't want to take up a big area where they're going to have a lot of people. So
How about you, sir?
all right, I'm going to have the chicken fried steak.
Large or small?
All large. So today we're joined with
Kathy Schmidt.
Kathy Schmidt. You're the general manager.
Yes.
Of Goodson's Cafe. So how long have you been the manager?
I've worked here for 27 years.
27 years. Wow.
Just stop and think how long I've been a manager. 14, 15 years.
Oh man, that is so soft. It's just heavenly, isn't it? Nice soft yeast roll. So they brought gravy. Let's do the way they're proposing it, right? Nice thick white gravy. Steam is on it. You can see the pepper flakes. Oh yeah. If that doesn't say down home Texas cooking, I don't know what does, right? Oh yeah, look at that, huh? Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh. That is heavenly. When did he start?
In 1985, Charlie Fogerty used to go and eat, previously to that, he used to go to Ella Goodson's Café over in Huff Smith.
Okay.
And she was talking to him and said, honey, I'm going to retire, you know, I'm getting older and I want to retire, and my kids don't want to take over. And he's like, oh, no, you can't do this, you know, you've got a thriving business. And she's like, oh, yes, I'm going to.
I've done it long enough.
Yes, I'm tired, I'm going to. And he's like, please, you know, this is a fantastic plate of food, you know, everything is great. He said, let me take over, let me buy it. So she thought about it and said, under these conditions, if you will, I've got 3 cooks that have worked for me a long time. If you will keep these cooks employed, I will go ahead and sell you my business. If you will let them work for you as long as they want to work for you. They're great cooks, they're really good friends, you know, they're good people. I will do that. So he said, yes, I will.
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
More gravy, please. Wow.
That is a meal. Wow. No, it would just be wasting them. Wow. I don't think so at the moment. Thank you very much. Wow. Just have a look at that plate, would you?
A pot roast. Pot roast is slow cooked for 8 to 10 hours, and it melts in your mouth delicious.
If she's a pot roast person, I'm not. I'm having a chicken fried steak. You know, potatoes, roasted red potatoes. I mean, they just look wonderful. So this is the pot roast. I mean, the pot roast looks tender. It looks wonderful. I mean, that is just falling apart in there. Oh, there's some onions, carrots, celery. That is an amazing looking meal right there.
She sold him the name, her recipes, and basically her business. Some of the tables that we have in here actually are from
The original
Goodson's Café.
Wow.
So,
Now take a look at this massive fortress of a steak. So here's the roasted red potatoes.
we get our squash from a local farmer. It's fresh, local. He picks it this morning and delivers it this night.
And here's some more squash. So this is a summer squash, and it's sourced locally from locally grown farmers. Look at this steak. Look at this chicken fried steak. Now, this isn't a thin steak either. This isn't something that has been pressed down, but look at the flake on that, would you? Look at the flake. That is just crunchy. I mean, that is, I can tell as we begin, this is going to be wicked good.
We have a cook, Carrie Jean Gillum, that is one of the original cooks that said,
Really?
if you want to continue to work here, she is back there right now. She has worked for Goodson's Café 65 years. She's back there right now. She's a young 79. How she got her job, and this is a funny story. How she got her job was she went to Ella Goodson and said, I need a job. She was 12 years old. And she's still short. She said, honey, you're too short to even get to my sink and wash dishes. So she went home and got some Coke crates, put them against the sink, and so when Miss Goodson walked back through the kitchen, she was washing dishes. She said, see, I can wash dishes. I can reach it.
Really?
And she said, okay. Meet Carrie Jean. She's
Meet Carrie Jean.
the young lady.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
She's the young lady that
She's the young lady.
The young lady that started when she was 12 years old. She's a little bit shy, but I asked her if she would come out and she's got a special shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice shirt. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back here. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Right.
So you've been here a long time, cooking from the beginning.
Yeah.
So that means the food's got real love in it.
I guess that's all I hear, blue.
I broke a piece off. Put it in the gravy. Here we go. Oh. Wow. That is so tender. That steak melts in your mouth. Just the batter is sweet. It's golden, crispy in the steak. The steak is just, filet tender. When Mr. Fogerty bought the restaurant, was he even in the restaurant business? Was this his first?
As far as I know, Charlie was not. He had a U-frame business.
Okay.
He was a businessman. He had a U-frame business. So he had businesses, I think. And he's got another place called Steamboat House.
I've heard of that.
Phenomenal.
That's a steakhouse, correct?
It's a steak.
The steak is like falling apart like a hamburger. That gravy melding together with that sweet, nice batter, that's on the steak, with crunchiness coming through that gravy. It's actually heavenly.
It was a community place. Everyone met there. Everyone loved Ella Goodson and loved. I mean, there was always lines of people waiting to get in there.
That's what Dan told us.
Just lines of people waiting to get in.
One of these roasted red potatoes. They're well done. They got a light seasoning on them. They're lightly salted. The seasoning is wonderful, by the way. It's a little sweet. So, is this the building that he built in '80?
No, he moved into an old house when they first got it.
Okay.
Where the parking lot is up front in 1985, and it was really the business grew, and it was always so packed that in 1996 they built this and tore that.
So let me just go to say, they've come around, they've checked on us several times to make sure we're okay, make sure the food's okay. They wanted to make sure the food was hot enough. They brought us new drinks. They brought Kelly more iced tea. They brought me another soda. The service here is great. And this place, since we've come in here, has filled up. So they seat probably 200, maybe 300 people in here, and it's full. Outside of just chicken fried steak, what else are you known for? Because this is all we've heard is chicken fried steak. That's it.
Our best sellers, I would think, are the chicken fried steak and the chicken fried chicken.
This is amazing home-cooked food that you can taste the love in it. I mean, it's wicked good food. And there's more here than what I'm going to eat. I mean, I'll eat probably 2 meals out of what's left here. And it's a great value. So it's a recommend from the Highway Maniac. We would recommend Goodson's Café in Tomball, Texas.
So I'm blessed to have become part of the family.
Yes.
I really am.
Well, here we are at the end of another exciting day with the Highway Maniac. We thank you for joining us as we've traveled to the Goodson's Cafe today. We've enjoyed an amazing chicken fried steaks in Tomball, Texas. We want to thank you all for joining us today. And don't forget, if you haven't hit that subscribe button down below there, don't forget to click on it and join us so you can keep track of everything we do. Look down below at our links to Facebook, Interest. Look down below at our links to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram so you can follow us on our daily travels. We're also started doing things on Yelp so that you can see the reviews of the places that we do. Again, thank you all from the deepest of our hearts. Kelly and I really appreciate you watching everything we're doing. And if you have something you'd like to see in our travels, let us know. We will be going home shortly to Maine, so we'll be taking a travel up from Texas through Arkansas and Tennessee, Kentucky. We'll be in Virginia, West Virginia, up through Pennsylvania, New York, and Massachusetts. If there's something up through there you'd like to see, you'd like us to film, send us a message on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll be sure to stop, and I'll let you know when we do put it on film. Thanks again from the Highway Maniac. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, when in doubt, take it out and ride it out.